Hi guys, welcome back on board to the Crypto Cruiser. It's me, Chris, and today we're going to talk about Ethereum Classic. What Ethereum Classic is all about, what makes it unique. We're going to talk some chart analysis, Ethereum Classic compared to the dollar, and Ethereum Classic compared to the Bitcoin chart. We're going to talk some traditional markets, S&P 500, where they're heading this week. Is my prediction has been playing out because I've told you that I anticipate S&P 500 to go above 6,100 this week. Of course, we're going to talk about the godfather of all coins, which is Bitcoin, and Bitcoin determines where this whole crypto market will go. And yeah, let's get started, guys. Let's just start with the Bitcoin chart. And I've told you my personal opinion. Anything I say in this video, it is not a financial advice. It's for pure entertainment purposes. And before you do anything, do diligence and make your own research. I've told you that my personal opinion, we're gonna go above 100,000 and potentially we're gonna hit 109,000, and then we're gonna have the correction. Is it possible that we're already in that correction? Absolutely, because my initial prediction was that just before everyone thinks we're gonna go to 100,000, we're gonna come back and test this previous resistance line. It acted 3 times as resistance on the yearly basis. We had test in April of 2021 at price of around 64,000, 64,000, its previous all-time high. We had another test in November of 2021 around price of around 69,000. Then we had another test in the beginning of this year in March around 73,000. So we basically broke out of this huge yearly resistance this month earlier, 2-3 weeks ago, and pretty much from price of around 65, 66,000, we never had a pullback at almost 100,000. Now we're seeing a little bit of a pullback. Let's see if it's gonna continue, because at the end of the day, I don't have a magic ball, guys. This is just my chart analysis one-on-one. Let's see exactly how it's gonna play out. But regardless, either we're gonna go to 109,000 or we're just gonna stay to 100,000, and the correction has continued. I'm still my base case scenario that we're gonna go and test this price of around 80 to 85,000, potentially even to 80,000. I mean, I don't think we're gonna go to 80,000, but around 80 to 85,000. That will symbolize that we're gonna turn this previously huge yearly resistance line into support, and then we're gonna have the continuation of the trend and start hitting higher prices. And I'm not gonna be surprised if by the end of the year, early next one, by end of January, we hit price of above 120,000. I'm not gonna be surprised at all. Well, since I launched my channel, if you've been following my channel, you've been quite successful so far, because I've been predicting quite a lot of things, especially here from price of around 70,000. I've told you that I anticipate a huge downward momentum and start testing price of around 60,000, and then there's going to be a final wash off to shake off all the weekends, and potentially we can drop to prices below 50,000, and that's exactly what happened. But how did I know that? Because S&P 500 was already correcting, and right here, and I've told you that'll be actually healthy to actually come back and test this resistance line. We had an ABC correction, regular, nothing that I haven't seen before, something completely ordinary. And corrections are bullish in a raging bull market. The way we're having the corrections are actually healthy, and that's what I said, 10% on the downside, and I anticipate a huge V-shaped recovery and almost start testing all-time highs. And you can turn back some of my videos, guys. I think my very first video was a V-shaped recovery. It's right there. And what did I tell you? I anticipate a V-shaped recovery. That's what we had. Start hitting almost all-time high price of around 5,650. We actually, and what did I tell you then? I anticipate to actually come back to this previous resistance line, acted twice as resistance. We turn into support, and then we're gonna have the continuation of the trend and start hitting higher highs and higher lows, and potentially to 6,000. We hit 6,000. Then I said I anticipate a little bit of a pullback. Test this previous local top at price of around 5,850. We turn into support this previous local top, and then we're gonna have the continuation of the trend to the upside and start hitting price of above 6,100. In the process, we actually formed a reverse head and shoulders, which measure from the head to the bottom. The price target should be above 6,250, and that's what I'm actually anticipating, and that's what I'm expecting by the end of the year to start hitting, or early next one, start hitting price of above 6,250, and potentially even go and test this resistance line. So The S&P 500, the traditional markets, the Nasdaq, and Dow Jones Industrials, they're all in a raging bull market. The Bitcoin itself in a bull market, and of course the altcoins are also in a bull market. So what else did I tell you? Once Bitcoin start hitting all-time highs, some of the altcoins will actually outperform Bitcoin in the immediate short term. So that's exactly what we're seeing at this particular moment. Ethereum Classic has pumped quite a bit, almost doubling in price from my previous video. And what I'm actually anticipating, you have to understand one thing about Ethereum. But let's just talk about Ethereum Classic and what Ethereum Classic is all about, what makes it unique. If we compare to the metal markets like gold and silver, let's just say that Ethereum is the gold standard and Ethereum Classic is the silver. And as you follow in the metal markets, silver is very much undervalued, underappreciated, and I think, in my personal opinion, Ethereum Classic is also very much undervalued. And there's more, and there's quite a lot of potential on the upside. Of course, that's not a financial advice. Anything I'm saying in this video is for pure entertainment purposes. So let's just look at the market capitalization chart for Ethereum Classic, and the high, so the all-time high was around 14 billion. Let's say 14 billion at this particular moment. At the time of recording this video, the market capitalization is around 4 billion and 500 million. So that's around 3x. Just, yeah, around 3x from here. Is it possible for Ethereum Classic to reach prices, so basically go 3 times its market capitalization right now, and to go to $90? Absolutely. This is, of course, this is just something that I anticipate. If we compare to the maximum supply, the maximum supply of Ethereum Classic is around 210 million, and the circulating supply at this particular moment is around 150 million. So if, for example, we go to 15 billion, that'll be $100. That'll be $100. So if we go to $600, this is just my prediction that something like that can play out. That'll be 90 billion, something like that. Is that possible? Well, we have to compare it what happened the previous bull cycle, like Dogecoin, BNB, Cardano. They all went above 100 billion. And Ethereum Classic is a very explosive coin. I'll show you. So from here, from basically January at price of around $5, we went in May, so 5 months, 4 or 5 months, we went all the way to 175. So that's around 35x, something like that, 35x. So I mean, I'm not saying that we're gonna go 35x right now, but if we measure it from the bottom, the very bottom of this bear market in 2022, 2023, the price was around $20. So if we multiplied $20 multiplied by 25, that's around $500. What I'm actually anticipating, because we've been following this trend line for quite a bit, and we had this downward trend line and we have that upward trend line. Of course, that upper trend line, we've tested it multiple times in 2017. We've tested it in May of 2017, in June of 2017. We almost got there in November of 2017, also in December. We also tested it in January of 2018. We almost got there in February 2018. And we exactly stopped there in May of 2021, the all-time high at around 175. So what I'm anticipating, if this move repeats, the same move in 2021, or that move from 2017, so the price of one Ethereum Classic was below $1, was around 70 cents. We went all the way to almost 50x. That's another almost 100x. So we have two confirmation bases, the 2017 bull market and the 2020-21 bull market. Every time we're setting up a high low and high. And this trend line, we've tested it multiple times, and the highly likely scenario, of course, that's not a financial advice. Do your diligence before you make your own research, to actually go back, to come back and test this resistance line at price of around 300 above $330 by Q2, Q3 of next year? Is that potentially possible? I think, yeah, it's possible. And since we had so many tests dealing with theory probabilities, most likely scenario, if we go there to actually break out of this yearly resistance line, we turn into support, and then we can snap to even $600 at a price of around $600. What brings confidence? If history is any indicator, look at history. Look at the 2017. Look at 2021, and let's see how exactly it's going to play out. A lot of people are underestimating Ethereum Classic, and that's always a good thing. If we look at Ethereum Classic compared to the Bitcoin chart, we clearly see this bounce here exactly from the bottom trend line. And if we go all the way to this resistance line that we've tested multiple times, the measured price is from 3,000 to around, so that's 10x from here. Of course, that's in Bitcoin terms. Let's say this is at least 15x. Multiply 30, that's around $450, $500. Again, another confirmation that we can potentially go in these prices. It's really difficult to tell where exactly going to end up, because once we have a price discovery, we have to wait and see. Once again, guys, thank you all for tuning in. I really appreciate all the support. Thank you all for the lovely comments. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube, please do it. It's for absolutely free. And if you want to get my crypto guidebook and my other book, The Art of Chart Analysis and How to Become a Sophisticated Trader, you can subscribe to my Patreon. I'll give you for free. And with that subscription comes the most undervalued and underappreciated coins out there, 50, 100x potential. Not a financial advice, in my personal opinion. Once again, guys, thank you all for tuning in, and we'll see each other later on. Goodbye.